sharing for some reason. Hey, True Believers England team here. I will be in just a little bit. So I do this video series called Comic Book Origins, and usually it's just me going over the comic book. And this is something new. If you guys like it, if it ends up being successful, yeah, we'll keep it going. It's first appearance Fridays, where we're going to go over the first appearance of any comic book superhero, villain, or object, team, whatever, place. I actually had to do a video of the first appearance of Cadmus once. I thought that was interesting. Trying to find that first appearance and looking up. Oh, by the way, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. All right. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, and Nova was suggested by Eric, but hey, look, guys, we want your suggestions as well. Not in the chat so much as in the comment section. That way I can actually read it and go, oh, okay, let me put that down. Let me put that down here. So make sure you're giving us suggestions on that as well. And let's see what else. Oh, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, there's a link for Ko-Fi and Patreon. You do not need a super chat to get your thoughts and prayers heard on this channel, but it's definitely appreciated. All right.
We're about a minute in, but I'll say, it makes you look like a badass if you leave a super chat, because not many people do that.
Yeah, don't be like everybody else. Leave a super chat. There you go. Come on, be different. So yeah, there you go. All right. So I haven't even brought up like any Wikipedia or anything about Nova here. I usually do some research saying, oh wait, what was the thought behind Nova? What is it that made them say, hey, you know what? This would be a great idea. Except we're going to kind of find out as we're going through the comic itself where the inspiration for Nova came from, at least his origin story. Holy lawsuit, Batman. Are you kidding me? Really?
Well, you know, unlike the other one, he just kind of like phoned it in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is very, very good. Very apt. Hello to Ash saying I gotta wait that long.
It's totally different though. There's no ring at all in this.
Right. Good things come to those who wait, says Maranya. Yes, of course, and we're here. Yes, blame Eric. And it's been a while, Nerdy Texan. Nerdy Texan just found out my channel got shadow banned. Is he like, is that why I'm not seeing your videos? Yes. There's a whole bunch of people out there that probably wonder why I stopped doing videos, and I appreciate you showing up again, Nerdy. I appreciate it.
He shadow banned himself. He was self-conscious.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I stay in the shadows because I don't want to be discovered.
You know the great thing about it? If you just discovered his channel and you thought he wasn't doing any videos, now you could binge watch tons of just Angle Team live.
Oh, of course. Let's see. The characters created 1966. Writers Marvel Wolfman, and in issue 3 of his fanzine. So this isn't even his first appearance. Gosh, darn it. Oh, my God. He was then known as the Star. He was an alien doctor named Dentine, like the gum? Seriously? Who found a spaceship containing pills, which gave him a different superhuman power every 5 minutes. Wow, that changed, didn't it? In issue number 6, Wolfman and writer Lane reimagined the character, now a prisoner named Krakenroo. You mean like the kangaroo and freaking Winnie the Pooh? Let's see, who turns out to become the superhero Black Nova. Gee, I wonder what color he was going to be, 1970s writers and artists. Years later, Wolfman, working for Marvel Comics, and artist John Romita Sr. tweaked the designs of the character's uniform and created a new origin story. Okay, so what we are getting is exactly the version they're talking about is not even Nova. It's like the seedlings of Nova, it seems like. All right, so let's. Oh, hello to Agu Rhythm. How y'all doing? Dang it, I'm sorry. Hey, not too late. We're just about to get started. Have you been shadow banned for 2 years? Yes, sir, I have. I really have, and it's
so the Mendoza guy. Carlos Mendoza. That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah. Ever since that Vox stuff with Carlos Mendoza, it's
Crowder,
been
yeah.
damn near impossible. Like if you've noticed, my my subs have really not changed for 2 years.
Well, the biggest thing is look at the,
There should have been significant movement one way or the other.
yeah, you look at the 18K, and then you look at like 100 views. But then you look at other channels, like they had it whoever on that, they're like with 1,000, 1K views.
Yeah, even a channel that's not doing very well that should be doing 10% or maybe just a little above, not 100. Yeah, that's being hidden. All right, but that's neither here nor there. Let us. I think I shared off the wrong thing, so let me try that again. Let's go into and share Nova. Can I? I don't. Here we go. Okay, supposedly this is going to work. Tell me if this works. Do you see it?
Not yet.
It's loading.
Oh, it's loading.
What? At a circle that loaded and nothing yet.
Oy vey, this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Is it not showing anything?
No.
No.
Ah, some bitch. Okay, well, I guess I can't share the
Somewhere.
comment. Gosh darn it. I wanted to do it like that. Some beach. I like that song, man. Okay, so I guess we're going to do it a little different this time, huh?
I was going to say you're trying to share it on Comic Vine?
No, I've got a CD display of it. A long time ago, I ended up buying a whole bunch of comic books off of a website called iForm. And this guy said it was damn near everything from the timely years all the way up to about 2009, I think it was, 2010 maybe. And it was only for like $25. Like, all right, yeah, why not? Let's see what that's all about. Because I got those CD-ROM books you were talking about, so I figured. So yeah, I've got everything. I've got damn near everything, I should say. So,
well, the issue I could share it on mine. I have the actual thing. I don't feel sure with full screen though. I could try. Hold on.
All right. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulty.
But mine is. Let's see here.
Yeah, I was hoping I could share that out, but unfortunately not.
Screen.
Dun, dun. All righty, and let's see what we've got. Hail Zeno. Hello to Robert Roberts. What's up? First time I learned a Nova was from a Spider-Man cartoon, says Nerdy Texan. The one where he worked with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, different Nova.
In all honesty, I was never a huge fan of Nova, but I think in the beginning I wasn't really a fan of a lot of the space.
Can you see that
characters? Yeah, let's pop that up. You can now. I want to kind of go through it page. Yeah, let's go page to page and tell the story and all that kind of stuff.
I can zoom a little bit.
Talk about the cover as far as first appearances are concerned, man. I got to tell you, this is good. I like that. I like this. The colors are bright. The man called Nova looks like one of my old title cards on my videos. But it is a poster cover. You get a little bit of what's going on in the issue in the background, but it does work as a poster cover as well.
The only thing it's missing from what it was attempting to be are the little heads in the corner of like Ginger, Mike.
Oh yeah, up here.
And Caps, Donna, and Roger.
Yeah, and we're gonna be talking about that in just a little bit there, because I did kind of make a mistake in reading. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, let's flip it in. Let's start it up. I'm gonna try to get so I can show off mine. Where are you getting this from, by the way? Is this like from Comic Vine or something, or?
This is from one of those sites you can read them online.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
It shows. Like I said, this is a book. I can only imagine how much this costs. First issue, $100 or more if you can find it,
or more. Yeah,
in mint.
I actually had one for $2 once, but it was torn apart.
If you guys need me to zoom in, let me know.
Yeah, let everybody see it.
I can.
Yeah. Actually, I got to tell you, it's we get a little bit of, for some reason, girls are playing. They're at a high school. Girls are playing guys in basketball, and they actually they get mad at Richard for he's the main character. They get mad at Richard for losing the game, and I'm thinking, you're guys playing girls at basketball. Typically, you're at least maybe 6 inches to a foot taller than everybody. You've got more musculature. If it came that close, it ain't just Richard's problem here.
I gotta say, reading this kind of, I felt like I was reading like a Stan Lee book, even though it's Marv Wolfman. It's got that same feeling to it.
Well, that was absolutely the idea. When Wolfman when he created it 10 years ago, he was thinking in terms of, I think he was working for DC or about to work for DC. And, by 10 years later at Marvel, Stan wanted a Spider-Man for a new generation. And back in those days, you at least created a different character and not just another Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why if you notice, it feels like an early Marvel book from pillar to post. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said, okay, so they lose to the girls in an exhibition game, and now they're not going to make the city. They're not going to make the city finals. Well, not to sound sexist, but they probably did you a favor.
Yeah,
you were
probably
getting pasted in the first round.
What was it? The women's soccer team, the professional soccer team, got beat by a bunch of high school boys or something like that. It just doesn't make sense. But here's the thing: why were they playing another school's?
No, it was just an exhibition.
Then why? Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. How can an exhibition game affect that? I don't know. Well,
again, this is a guy writing that would use the term sports ball,
right,
and not ironically and as a joke like you do. I'm guessing Marv might not have known any better.
It's sports ball. I hear they scored a touchdown in last week's basketball game. So Nerdy Texan is asking, has this ever been put to any kind of collection or let me highlight you right here. All right.
3 volumes. It has all 25 issues.
Nice.
And when it was canceled, Wolfman was also writing Fantastic Four, so he did the story he wanted to continue in Nova. He just added the Fantastic Four to it.
There you go.
What's great about this story, it mentions Fantastic Four too. You get that same continuity we don't have anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? But one thing I got to say, the first 5 panels is basically Richard going, I can't win anything. Oh, I'm such a loser. Oh, why? Why is life so terrible to me?
He's basically Puny Parker.
It's so, I mean, literally, he's like, at some point, okay, and then it just cuts to a spaceship.
Right?
Yeah, go to next page here. And this is like, holy crap. We have a Nova agent. I don't know what they're called. Nova Corps, by the way. Yeah, that's apt. And it's basically, oh my gosh, I'm running away. The entity that I am running away from has killed me. I have to find somebody who could take my place in the Nova Corps.
And I was looking at this, I'm like, is he strapped down to the chair?
It looks like, because he's like, he's full on like this. But I'm going, DC's gonna sue your ass, man. What are you talking about? You're dying and you have to find.
Look at that green light going down into the earth.
And I think his name is Agent Burr. I'm not sure.
No. We're McDougalls. We have the golden arcs. Yeah. I was like, holy crap. I know that Stan Lee got lazy and he just said, oh, make them mutants. They just were born with their powers. This is freaking lazy to the point of a lawsuit almost.
If they didn't get sued for the Mandarin's origin, they probably figured they could get away with this too.
Like Marani's pointed out, look at the space. It's all hand-drawn.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Isn't that something, man? Some good old-fashioned...
Well, the good thing about the stars and the planets, you can mess up if you didn't know anything about planets and stars. Look at our whole bunch here, bunch there.
Yeah, they have to go with a different angle, so they didn't have to think about continuity.
Where's all these little planets everywhere? Yeah. The sun.
Yeah, but I actually got to say, and you'll see it going through, I do not mind the art in this. I do like the art in this.
Oh, the bird's back, man.
Yes. John Buscema's never drawn a bad issue of anything.
So my question is, do we get to meet Uncle Fudge ever in this series?
No. And I guess I'm assuming that Marv had read an Archie comic or two as well.
Because that's what I thought of.
It's
right
definitely
away.
Pop Tates or whatever it was.
Yep. And Ash is saying that you have a magical couch, but we already said you have a magical filing, or just reach out. Okay, here's the book that you're looking for.
Well, I should have the one we're doing. I mean, that's not that much.
Yeah, right.
I mean, what we're saying is that most of us probably know, maybe a little bit of maybe some candy wrapper, or maybe some change in the couch. You pull out like a $200 comic book.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this Amazing Spider-Man #1. Let me put it under the couch cushion. Let's change the page here. So, the bottom story is they go to a malt shop, and Ryder's still, life sucks, and here comes my bully. He just flat out smacks him in the back of the head. God bless the 70s, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
And then all of a sudden, now a bolt of energy hits him.
It's like, love it. The reaction, like he's just dead.
And they're like, oh my God. No, what's her name? Ginger here. By the way, when he first says, Ginger comes running up to him, are you okay? And he's like, aside from the hurt, Ginger, or something like this, I'm like, are you referring to yourself as a redhead and Ginger, and that's why you're sad? What? I don't get this.
I don't know.
But no, it's the girl's name. Yeah, he gets hit with this energy blast, which is visible to us, which you would imagine means it's visible to the people in the story. And they don't notice. As a matter of fact, that the look on the bottom, the kid is actually thinking, I didn't hit him that hard.
I know.
Well, did freaking energy come out of your hands also?
Doesn't this remind you of like Flash Thompson, Peter Parker, and then
of course,
Gwen Stacy?
Well, the only difference is Mike Burley's a good student too, or Flash was just.
I know it's like a smart Flash.
So
Thompson.
see that? Don't call this a copy.
Of course,
it's a copy of a copy.
The golden. They have the quarter pounder. We have the quarter and a half pounder.
We got the deluxe.
There you go. Yeah. All righty. Let's go to the next one. So Jack Ryder's in the hospital, and he has this dream where it's basically. Go on ahead.
Jack Ryder's the creeper, sir. Richard Ryder's no.
John Ryder or Richard Ryder.
Thank you. I know that. Yes,
Jack Ryder.
I didn't even know. I did not realize I said Jack Ryder.
Zach
Ryder.
Zach Ryder's in this too.
Yeah, Jack Ryder. They really are being sued.
Yeah.
So Richard Ryder's in the hospital, and he has this dream of the old Nova agent. And he's basically saying, "Hey, guy, whether you want to or not, and completely random kid who's a loser, I'm going to send you a whole bunch of power." And that's basically this right here. Once again, to as far as what Maranya pointed out, there's a lot of detail in that tiny little picture. At first glance, you might not really think it's all that impressive, but it's some good art here. Anything to say, gentlemen?
Oh, just keep in mind as you admire the detail that John Buscema hated drawing superhero books.
But
funny. He was a professional, so it never showed.
All righty. Now I'm not getting any more comments. Is people just being quiet, or are you guys getting quiet? No,
they're reading the
next
book.
Page. Yeah, let's see the next page.
I think they're reading it while we're talking.
Well, that's what we're doing here. We're talking about the thing.
Only Ash not here to read this to us.
Okay, so this is the scene right here. Obviously, Richard Ryder's in the hospital, and all of a sudden, I guess energy beams fire out of his eyes. But before that, you see him kind of, he has a little seizure, not a seizure.
Caesar.
I'm going to stop talking. He has a seizure, and I swear to gosh, this is the line that in the top left corner.
Pizza.
Yes, pizza. Nova. The doctor literally goes, "I need to be alone with your son." No, we're not going to do that. The excitement for which you said that, I am very afraid of you.
Like he's in spasm. I want to be alone with your son.
I'm sorry, Dr. Good Touch. I'm not sure that's.
I don't have to do the work on this one.
We'll be all right. Leave us for 15 minutes.
Usually I have to knock him out. This one's already active. And then and so he rushes the parents out, and not Jack Ryder, gosh darn it, the Nova Ryder just has these beams come out of his eyes and blows the doctor out of the room, and he kind of wakes up. And the funny thing is nobody brings up the ray beams.
Isn't that crazy?
Nobody's like, holy you had things coming out of your eyes. They're like, are you okay, Richie? Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, Richie. Nobody flew from his eyes, man. You would think there would be something to say.
Maybe they're invisible rays. That's why they couldn't see it.
Once again, yeah, but for us, you can see it there. The stream has been buffering. Yeah, it's.
As I asked, how about now? So in the chat, so I don't know.
I can see it on mine. It's going all right.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. So.
All right. Back in the day, those pages were drawn 1.5 times bigger than the actual page size. So when the printing reduced the art, it really emphasized the details, says Maranya. Richard, his delicate feature eyeliner, perhaps mascara, and a blown dry hair do well in the hospital. So, yeah, you kind of see that. Yeah. And stream is fine on Ash's End. So
get that perfect 70s haircut.
All right, let's go forward a little bit. And sorry if I'm taking up all the words here, but if you guys have something to say,
we know that you're Mr. Fudge. You fudge things up.
Okay,
Uncle Fudge.
Uncle Fudge, sorry.
I have no idea what that says.
Bad
the medical
Fudge.
Staff is probably appreciating the rays coming out of his eyes versus the other things coming out of other places.
I want to, dude, this is my favorite panel right here. I want to point out what they're saying right here.
Right on ahead.
The little conversation, he says, she told me I looked like a schlep. So I said to her, Annie, I shouldn't talk, but when you walk into a room, mice jump on the chairs. And then she slaps me so in the face and walks out. It's like, this is so random having that in there.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Well, okay, but those two are regulars in the series.
Yeah, yes.
But if you didn't know that yet, and Roger.
Yeah.
But we haven't met him yet.
Right? No, I'm saying
yeah.
I'm agreeing with him. I'm saying just they do become regulars, but being the first time you see them, I guess you have to start somewhere.
It has nothing to do with the story.
I know.
It's random. I point out on modern day comics how you'll have a big panel or a whole page, and it'll be 3 panels. Oh no, I'm falling.
There you go. Here's the Liz Allen right here.
This is 4 panels, and you get conversation, you get world building, you get character building. This is old. This is why, especially Eric has been saying, read back issues. Yeah. You want to continue with the page? It's all yours, man.
And then go the next one, or just continue talking about this, man.
Okay, so basically, what's going on? Just tell them what's going on in the story. So
no, it is. All it is that he's back to school now. He's got more confidence now. Whatever reason, his confidence is built up. And he's like because the guy says and I heard you freaked them out in the hospital. Is that punk? Is it true? He's like I'm better, Mike. At least I wasn't before I saw you standing there. He actually talks back to him. And this causes him to get a little upset down here. And they're even telling him, dude, just leave him alone. And so his friends stick up for him a little bit, as they walk around. And even Donna Lee is kind of she's pretty still saying goodbye to himself. But obviously, I don't know if they're going to go with the whole Gwen Stacy or Liz Allen thing route where she
kind of looks like that's where they're going, because it doesn't seem like that blonde is interested in her boyfriend as much as she is in Richard.
Wasn't he? Well, he looks like Ox from Spider-Man, doesn't he?
Kind of. But one thing that gets me here is he's the guy who hit Richard in the back of the head, and then all of a sudden, energy bolt. And right now he's like, hey, punk, you're not dead, so let's resume. Smack.
Right?
Yeah, let's go on to the next page here. Let's see. Wow, girl sitting next to the guy standing, it looks way too small in comparison, says Maranya. And
he's 25 and she's 15.
The new stuff is way better. All righty. So he's all daydreaming and stuff in math class, and the teacher gets mad at him, asks him, what is it? The square root of...
Oh, yeah. It's what is 18 to the fifth power? And he says, and the guy's like, huh? Well, I wasn't. And he just says, like, wait, the answer is 1,889,568. Just randomly runs it off. So obviously, the transfer of knowledge, he even commented to Ginger. He's like, something's going on, with me.
And that didn't raise any red flags.
Nope.
Just you surprised me.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, right? They would have him they would have him talking to the principal in some other school to get him to some advanced thing or something. But yeah, he shows like he's a little bit worried about it, and he talks to Ginger, and Ginger does the whole, I wish Richard would notice that I like him. Wouldn't that be cool? And Richard's all about, oh man, what was that dream? So let's hit the next page. Let's see. LK saying the era before Alan Moore made decompressed storytelling a thing. And wow, okay, we read that one. Almost chose the MST3K live stream, but then saw Felicia Day is trying to riff on movies. Came over to Sport England. I appreciate that. You want to look at me instead of Felicia Day. Okay. Let's see. Anyone know where I could buy a Hail Hydra lobster? No, I don't know.
Live streaming?
It's on his own page, I guess.
I would say going to that guy, what's his name? I forget what his name was anyway, though.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Robertson or
Maranya talking about the last page is saying she likes the detail in the eyes because when he
crazy.
He did kind of go cosmic before he got the answer. So these days,
like this.
cheaters like Mitch Gerard would do that with a digital shenanigans and not nearly as well. Alrighty, and Ash is saying we need Bendis to reboot the series. So, what were you talking about this page?
Well, I was going to say the color scheme of this, the cosmic rays like this, right? It kind of reminds you of some of the other stuff you'd see like with Thor. So whenever they introduce cosmic rays, you get the kind of swirly stuff.
Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby's very much about these big rays and the little dots all over it and everything. One thing to point out what Maranya's been saying, this isn't done digitally. This is done by hand. This is being drawn.
So, a lot of them were back then weren't digital. They were still hand drawn. It wasn't until the late 80s they started doing some.
Yeah, see, LK noticed the sound effect.
Karam.
Look at the Kirby Karam. Yep. And yeah, the Kirby crackle. Yeah, it's really good. It's a dynamic page. Okay, let's take a moment here. Let's talk about the costume. What do you think about Nova's costume there, Eric?
Other than that he looked like he just lost a round of paintball?
Now things you will never be able to unsee now.
Won't you also say it kind of looks like he just had the Brainiac 5's costume?
No, I liked it personally, but I mean, again, this was also the first new comic that was introduced by Marvel once I started collecting. So I'm kind of I probably have a blind spot.
Eric nearly dropped reading Thor for this probably.
Well,
no, I just added it to the pile.
The one thing I got to say, I'm not a big fan of the helmet, but I've never been a big fan of that because I know that there is no peripheral vision in this thing at all, right? So, but I've never been a fan of any helmet like this.
His eyes are just slanted a little bit. It's all.
I've always liked the color scheme. I mean, it's a very simple costume, but I don't know the helmet, man. Ash doesn't like it. Let's see. It figures that Eric likes it.
Didn't they reboot it in the reboot with the younger kid? It's supposed to be like his son Sam or something.
No, not his son. I don't think it was any relation.
But I know whatever he put the helmet on, then he get the powers.
Let's see. I like Jack Kirby's energy rays. I think more artists should do more of that style, says Nerdy Texan. We got LK saying, I love it. It's rare that with a costume that the helmet actually works. Let's get to the next page there. Granted, it's not as good as Frankie Ray, but with her Nova costume. And here we go. This is the scene I never like.
Cannibal.
Obviously, yeah. It looks like
bullet.
And again, Cannibal would have been Cannonball would have taken over, kind of copying Nova on this one, but he just got these powers, right? And now he's mastered them.
Well, my thing is,
this is a trope of the past that I never really liked.
well, the other thing is that how many people would be scared to death flying around like this?
Yeah, I know, right? What's up, Eric?
Excuse me. Remember, the alien imbued him with all of his powers and knowledge. So part of that was knowing how to use it. Now, he wasn't totally sold because on the next page where he flies into the old cars.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope this doesn't end up with me splattered all over a Buick.
But I love the dialogue there. He's like, "Hello, Dare." I'm like, okay.
Jim's saying he likes the costume better when they streamlined it in the New Warriors. Nerdy saying the 3-ball logo on his chest looks like an upside down pawn shop logo.
It's the Mickey Mouse logo now.
I personally would have put the helmet symbol also on the chest, but then again, that would be copying off of both Marvel's and Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel outfit. And Nova the Genie, Cannibal is E's favorite character. Yes.
I'm more a fan of the Rocketeer helmet because it actually helped him steer.
There you go.
Because this is just kind of like
Nerdy saying we need a training montage. I guess this is it. You could
let's see if that's true. I just happen to have a comic with both of them on the cover.
All right, there we go. This is color that red, and it's the same thing that's on Nova's helmet.
By the way, outrage on the
And you're just proving the magical sofa theory. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's flying around. He's testing out his powers. Now, one thing that went through my head, and this is me being 50, was, that I know how junkyards work because I've had family who ran a junkyard. And all I could think of is there would be somebody who looked at that car and went, yeah, you know what? We could actually sell that to somebody who's
parts off of this, why we got stacked here.
But no, he just destroyed a couple of $1,000.
He's 17 years old. Right, he's not that bright. Remember, he's getting
he's 17, and therefore he's old enough to be tried as an adult, and he just
juvenile court. Yes.
Yeah, it's weird how your mind thinks it's different. How your mind thinks differently from how you were.
This is where the bottom panel here, where he starts talking about, hey, I could use these powers. I could do anything I want. I can get back and anybody I hate it. And then he realizes, like, hey, I want to say, I can't, do this. I get the powers for a reason. Otherwise, I'm just as rotten as those creepy, as those creeps like Dr. Octopus or the Sandman. This gives me chills when I hear people mention Spider-Man the villains in another book. Yeah,
but that it also gives you okay, look, I realize what's right and wrong. There's no sympathetic. What it would come moral equivalence is what I'm trying to say on this one. Well, I could be a misunderstood villain, huh? No, there's right and wrong in this one. Yeah, the car could have been for parts and scrapped. Exactly. He destroyed thousands of dollars for that junkyard, and let me tell you, people who run junkyards aren't exactly rich.
They're probably Fords and not worth anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are you going to go out and start shit with somebody that just flew through one or two of them?
I know, right?
I guess so. Yeah,
you're right. And how fast is he going? Like, we don't know.
Fast enough to tear through two cars to the point where you can actually see the axle and doors fly off.
Faster
it looks like he literally ripped one to shreds just by
by through. Look at that. Yeah, it's just
all right. That is bad. Okay, let's go.
There we go. Here's your floating heads.
There's your float.
And look who's under the question mark.
Uncle Fudge.
Ingleton. We're just working.
That will not be a thing. All right. What's next?
I think it will.
I do not think so. All right. So what's next?
All right.
Okay. I'm lost on this one. What's going on here?
He's still flying around. And Mike, Donna, and Ginger are out. I guess nobody bothered to mention where Richard was. Because they're going, hey, let's check out that new guy. Let's drive. Let's try to follow him in our Jeep.
Well, at the bottom, it does say that Ginger is out with Mike and his girlfriend to make Richard jealous.
Yeah.
I'm in a three-way, Richard. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, maybe
he'll act like a man.
And they get his name, they get his name wrong. They call him Mitch when his name's Mike.
Right.
This is Eric right here. Sheesh, not another superhero. Hasn't the city gone through enough already? That's Eric today if they start creating more characters.
One of them OFUs, says Justin.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she retarded? It's UFUs.
Right.
UFUs? What the heck?
I guess maybe they're going for a.
Well, she is going steady with Mike, you know, so maybe Mike's the smarter of the bunch.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
but okay. I noticed that they did the panel which said she's hoping to make him jealous. Where do they plan on running into him?
I had that too, because well,
yeah, that's true.
I guess if word gets back to him after they see this, and then like he wasn't there, she thinks that maybe he get jealous, like you're hanging out with this. Like,
yeah, just look up. There he is.
I know it's like Santa Claus.
There you go. All right, what's next? Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the guy who killed the original Nova guy we see. And so here comes old Richard Rider. I got his name right that time, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, okay, there's the baddie. And the baddie goes, hey, how's that Nova guy still alive? And I'm thinking, the last guy has experience. I mean, this should be a quick fight, right?
Well, consider the last guy's knowledge. Maybe he's like, okay, I won't do this like I did last time. Maybe I'll do this differently.
Well, it's not like he fares all that well.
No, I know he doesn't. But he does make clips, though.
Now, I swear to gosh, I'm looking at this guy, and we saw the crackle. And look at his design. You would think he was designed by Jack Kirby.
I'm just looking at him destroying another car over here. What the heck?
Yeah, I know.
Kirby might have helped. They might have had a conversation about it because he was back at Marvel by then.
Yeah. Marv's like, let's just destroy cars the entire time.
I know this probably has eluded Venkman because of his youth, but how cool are the chapters in this book?
I know, right?
Yeah, Fantastic Four. I kept thinking all these different chapters.
Yeah, okay. So you noticed that?
Yeah. If you're a fan of Silver Age or even some Bronze Age, they would have Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3.
But the way it's designed with all the numbers, I kept thinking like the Fantastic Four kind of logo you'd see.
I think that's on purpose. I would say that has to be on purpose.
So that's cool. Like
you're getting the subliminal advertisement for it.
But I did get the whole thing. This kind of looks like you're just drawing maybe like Thing or the Ox, you know, those guys, some of the Spider-Man villains and the Fantastic Four villains. Because like I said, these just happened around the same time, and those comics were huge back then. They still are. So it makes sense. You could share continuity. You're going to pay tribute to the other books going on right now, because there's even a mention like in this book of Galactus, which was also happening in currently in Fantastic Four. Yeah, that was 176. I think it was.
Yeah, no, it said 173.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see. We've got Mike's girlfriend is blonde, so her saying something stupid kind of fits the trope. And Maranya's bringing up the chapter, saying that reminds me of the ones from the Fantastic Four stories, especially that illustration for Chapter 4 with the blue. Yeah,
I do have to ask. I actually have to ask Marv about this quips. So, it's frog phrase. You'll have to aim better next time, or you'll never make it as the next catfish hunter.
Oh no! The next catfish hunter. He was a pitcher in the 70s.
Ah, okay.
He was a baseball player. So
for someone who's not in the 70s right now, would be.
You made it only by a hair to spare, another millimeter more, and then Nova would have really Nova'd. Sorry, Frogface, you'll have to aim better next time, or you'll never make it as the next catfish hunter. That's how it's supposed to be read.
Yeah.
So he's saying basically, Catfish Hunter had really good aim. Yeah, but he was a baseball player back in the day.
I thought maybe he's a fan of fishing channels. I don't know.
Eric should have known that.
Eric did know that.
He did, yeah.
In fact,
you do now.
Fun. Oh.
You do now because I was here to.
But I do love the Hulk talk here. Zor will kill you again as easily as Zor destroyed your puny world.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Fudgy. Let's have a look.
That will not be a thing.
Oh yes, it will.
That's Uncle Fudge's options.
Here's some useless information though. And right around that time, Catfish Hunter was a pitcher for the Oakland A's during the Finley dynasty. Finley was too cheap to pay anybody, so they basically started losing them all. And before free agency was actually even a thing, he signed for what at the time was the outrageous sum of $3 million for 5 years.
Jeez.
$3 million doesn't get you a mop-up man now.
Yeah, that's
About $3 million back in the 70s.
That's $3 million in 70s money. Yep.
Whew.
A Hall of Fame pitcher with the A's and the Yankees, says LK. Yes, you know that because I told you. All righty, what we have next?
Good job, UF.
Oh.
What do we got next there? Okay, so we just got more of the
Some
fight.
Spang, some Bam, and some Scrunch.
Spang, bam, blam, and yeah, the scrunch there. So basically, yeah, we see him doing the fighting. He saves the guy, and we actually get to hear the hero do the whole "you care for these."
Rewrite this. I'm sorry, rewrite this. I want them to say I'm a superhero for 5 minutes and already dropping one-liners like Woody Allen. He should change it to Spider-Man because
they should have. That was, but you noticed the second one when he goes, "Take that, monster." He goes, okay, well maybe I'm not quite there yet.
There you go. Yeah.
There's my own situation comedy yet.
Yeah. Okay, so even Woody Allen would have at least been timely at the time, because right now, of course, he's a little bit older, but then he was doing movies like Bananas and the Time Traveler and good stuff.
And this is before we found out he's a creep.
Yes, it was.
Well, that's because that woman hadn't been born yet.
Oh. Oh. I'm gonna go take a shower. Just
All right, won't fudge that up.
Right. Next. And remember to bring the Finley in response to FA tried to just sell players off for cash. Blue blazes, says Justin, and these days the action in those small panels would be expanded to splash pages. Exactly. We could tell what's going on. We could see it. It looks good. Would you say this is okay? And this I understand we've got a biased audience. So please, if you're one of the ones that watch this channel and you don't comment, you love new books, please tell me. You're looking at this classic. What we got here is 6-panel battle versus a modern day comic. Which one do you think is better? Where you're getting story, you're getting character during the battle, during the action. Or big splash pages with 3 words on it.
It's Richard Rider versus a giant hulked up King the Conqueror.
I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you guys vote for. Do you like the modern day storytelling, or do you think that this is way too wordy for a comic book?
Actually, it fits the action pretty well.
Well, I think so. I mean, right here, of course, we get we see what's happening. He saved the person while he's saving the guy. He gets blasted in the back. And then we start noticing the destruction. He actually starts noticing the destruction that's happening from him being in this battle. And he sees that, as you can see in the top right panel, his friends come along. And he starts to, it's no longer something he's quipping through. There's a change in tone here where he becomes a savior rather than a fighter, and I think that's a really good tone. Check it out on the next page, and I'm going to get some. Oh, go on ahead.
I was saying, in this one here, like we get the voice here, like he's like, Mike's like, hey, maybe that guy needs help, and it's like, Mike, I don't think I like this. He's like, let's get out of here, Mike. She says Ginger, and she's like, I knew it. I never should have come with you. He's like, I love. He's like, oh crap, because he finally noticed her. And he's not jealous. He's just annoyed. Get out of here, you fools! Move.
Well, you notice, with all this destruction going on, in the bottom right-hand panel, there's a little Zack Snyder going, I can work with this.
Yes. Yes. I could take it back in spades.
Ash is saying modern books wouldn't have this much action, and I think he's right about that. They would be about them going to get coffee after and or before the battle.
The whole thing would have been set at Uncle Fudge's.
Right, and there would have been one punch, and the bad guy would be out. Modern comics would probably have all the words, but no fighting. These two would be discussing things over coffee, says Prentice.
Why isn't this
modern?
Go ahead.
Go on. Ash says modern comics would have a lot more pages of talking heads talking about their feelings. Nerdy says, I noticed older comics are more wordy than modern comics, but you're getting character, you're getting story. It's actually a lot better in my opinion, but because they do put words over the action, so you do get a lot of action. Like Kreniz and Ash said, modern comics, we've seen the one punch fight, and it's ridiculous. Oh, excuse me.
Like I said, why isn't Blue Blazes on a blue T-shirt somewhere out for sale?
Right, I know, right?
You know, you don't even have to have Nova on there. Just have the logo, or not on the logo. Just say Blue Blazes. Those who read this are gonna know what it is.
Because the shirt that says "Sweet Christmas" sold it into the ground.
I noticed that. Let's see. I never thought of classic comics as being too wordy because there was a balance between dialogue and art, says Maranya. This style and art is straight out of my youthful memories, says Robert. The only thing more I could ask from a comic was an ad for Sea Monkeys. Yes.
It might have been
Maranya saying the dialogue captions fit the art balanced in panels back in the day. These days you have gorgeous art being word barfed on. See Bendis with Ivan Race and Superman. No, you do it. I'm not,
like Marnie said, the wording actually like complements the action, what's going on. It's not pointless, but I like it here. He's like, all right, spaceman, let's see if you were right about how strong this new super skin of mine is. Though if you're wrong, I won't be in a condition to. And then he goes, "Kablam."
All right, let's see the next page. Ash is saying older comics only seem wordier because so much more happens per panel. Modern books take what happens in one panel and decompress.
Boy, he's right. Look how wordy that page is.
I know, like right? It stands soapbox. Jeez.
Oh, that says quaff. Okay, I guess we can talk about it then.
Well, this is also here. I want this book too. It's probably like $100.
I don't think so.
Bicentennial?
Yeah,
maybe 60 or 70.
Nah, you could get a real good copy of that.
Really?
Probably $20.
Cool. If you come across it, let me know.
Let's see. That's the difference here. You get action and dialogue on the same page today. It gets separated, so it's much more noticeable. Well, yeah, they've got to spread it out into 6 issues for the trade. Alrighty, let's see what's up.
All kidding aside, we're reading a comic book. We're talking about a comic book tonight. Just like I don't know what these things are that are coming out today. It's kind of like an analogy is Vince McMahon calls his product sports entertainment. When we were kids, we were watching wrestling.
Right.
It looks the same kind of, but it's not.
I stopped watching wrestling when they started putting stories to it, like backstage, where they were. If I wanted to watch a freaking soap opera, I'd watch a soap opera.
Like, look at this. It says last Friday. Last Friday we were all waiting for the Brillo's famed Bunsen burner burger. Like, is anybody old enough to remember what that is?
I think it's a regional thing. What's on the next page, man? Hey, Nola, what's up? Alrighty, and we get and like I said, this is where you see Nova turn the tide. He's like, oh my gosh, there are people in danger, and they're my friends. So he goes on to save them and catches a building. Not for long though. This isn't a Superman thing where he just holds up the building and then pushes it and it leans right. He just holds it long enough for his friends to escape and then lets go as it crashes. And
I love the dialogue though. He's like, "Oh no, that building it's gonna fall down on us. Mike, help!" He's like, "What do you expect me to do? Donna, flies out of here."
He yells to Mike for help before Nova gets there. But then look, they didn't give. I do have to admit they could have given the villain a little bit more character because I mean he literally has Zor will conquer, Zor will destroy. It's like Zor is evil because evil. He's gonna destroy the earth because destroy. There's no real motive to it.
Well, they did say he destroyed the old Nova's planet.
Yeah, and he wants to get the energy from this Earth but they don't really give him any personality. Be like, they don't make him a sympathetic, like say they did in Thanos with the movie, where they actually made him seem like, yeah, okay, you know, he's been driven to this. Still an evil thing, but you know. There
so
you
that's
go.
kind of cool. The detail that's him holding up a building, even if it's not a full thing. You can see it like Superman, but it's still impressive.
Alrighty. Next page there.
But he doesn't question right here. The thing is, the comment says like, oh, that's a superhero union. Well, the right way of going about this for the future. This was just too close to a shave for me. So this like Spider-Man. Remember, he's like, you know, he's like, is there like official handbook somewhere I have to follow?
So the bad guy just seems to bow out.
Yeah, it disappears.
He's
Well,
like,
I think we missed a page, didn't we?
No,
no, that was it.
he went.
Go back
Go back one page.
Yeah, let's read that last panel here. He does say,
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, but we find out on the last page what actually happened on the last panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he disappears. He's like, you know, Blue Blaze is vanished. You know, he's gone.
we battle
This
Centurion. It's time for the okie dokie.
This is
Yeah.
where Marv was writing a 20-page story and found out that Marvel was down to 19.
Yeah, and then of course it's the epilogue where he's like, holy crap, that guy's out in space, but I've got a spaceship up there somewhere. Now, I like the fact that he didn't just go ooh and fly off to it. Even if you got superpowers, how would you even like start to believe that you could fly in space without all sorts of stuff? So I did kind of like this part, the ending.
This was kind of like, I mean, it gives you confusion too. Like, did he just disintegrate? Like, did he run out of power because he needed get whatever he needed from the planet, and then he just died because he ran out of time? Or did the ship do something to him because he's on the ship, like, but it's
Well, they said with his last act, he defeated Rogol Zor and brought him up. I guess he beamed him up and then beamed him away.
Yeah.
It's very anticlimactic ending, in my opinion. It was very like, wait, what just happened? I'll tell
you, I'm not sure I was kidding when I said he probably thought he had 20 pages. I was like, oh shit, okay, see ya.
Within the starship, there is a silence too. Mechanical marvels wait patiently for a new master to activate their controls again, for its past master is gone. And so basically the spaceship is waiting for him. The final battle scene, Nova flies at him. Want to try another go round, or are you ready to call it quits? He says Zor will conquer, Zor will destroy, and Centurion Nova Prime will die forever. And then he says, we battle Centurion. It is time for your death. It is time for Arg. And then Nova says, blue blazes. He's gone, vanished. But how? Who? So I guess it's left up for a mystery that we're going to find out in a future issue.
The bigger question is, how did he change back into his normal civilian clothes? And why would he wear a leopard shirt?
Dude, 70s. I swear to God, there is a picture out there with me with green and yellow plaid pants and somewhat of platform shoes.
So you're a Packer fan, that's all. 90s.
No, of course I'm not a Packer fan. Nobody's a Packer fan. Alrighty,
all the hip fudgies were wearing that at the time, Van.
Yeah. Back in the day, villains were just that. They were bad guys, says Maranya. Do Conan next.
No.
I'll put it down on the list. Yeah, that's a
very vague request because there's a ton of
no. If she's talking do Conan, she's talking do Conan. Barry Windsor Smith. It was him, right? Issue number 1.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah, issue number 1.
Roy Thomas and I think Barry Smith might have done the first issue.
Yeah, that's the one to talk about. But once again, Lee, okay, we're going to talk about Nova in just a little bit. So let me go over what I said at the beginning. First of all, yes, super chats are welcome. You don't need them to get your voice heard here, but they are welcome. And if you do have an idea for something that we should do, please let us know in the comment section, not the chat, because that's going to go away. But as this is posted on the channel, the comment section, I can go through and I can write it down and make a list of these. We're going to be doing them every Friday, fingers crossed. And hopefully this will get an audience. Hopefully people have liked our little ripping into the book, talking about it, what we liked, what we didn't like. What did you like about the book? And here's the thing. You know my deal with the top 10 or 10 stars thing. 1 and 2 is horrible. 3 and 4 is bad. 5 and 6 is average. 7 and 8 is good. 9 and 10 is excellent. Where would you put the first appearance of The Man Called Nova, issue number 1, Venkman?
I give it a 10 because it really made me want to read the next issue. And the way it's written, I feel like I'm reading like an old Stan Lee comic book. It felt like Spider-Man, the underdog. The guy's been picked on. He finally gets power, and he chooses to do the whole, great power comes with responsibility. So I want to see what's going to happen more. Is he going to get with the blonde or is he going to get with the ginger?
All righty. Okay. How about you? And yes, by the way, in the chat, I see Black Lotus gave it a 7. Please give your ranking as well.
I also give it a 10 because this is what a comic book is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to entertain. It being a first issue, it tells you who you have as the main character. It introduces a supporting cast.
Yep.
It's good guy versus bad guy. Good guy wins the end, and it sets up what's going to happen in later issues. And by the way, Venk, you mentioned Thor. You only have to wait 3 more issues because he's in issue 4. And like I said, if you guys get a hold of these issues, read them. The first 14 or so are all in this vein. They've set up a rogues gallery with the Condor powerhouse Diamond Head, and their big bad is the Sphinx, who has appeared in other comics since. They flesh out the supporting cast. Mike and Rich even have their Peter Parker and Flash Thompson fight. But then it kind of goes off into a different direction, and I think that probably ended up doing the book in. But at least, I liked all 25 issues, but the first 14 definitely. If you enjoyed this one, you'll like those as well.
Thanks for spoiling this 45-year-old comic book.
My bad.
Right. So here's what we got. Hello to Hendrix, by the way, who just jumped on saying, "Oh, I missed this." Yeah, we're at the ending of it. We're about to shut down here. And by all means, this will be posted. I'm hoping that this is a regular thing. I hope it gets an audience. So share it around, and please comment, not just in the chats. I know you guys did your part on that, and I certainly appreciate it. But help get the algorithm going on these things so they're shared around and we can build up there. So Black Lotus gave it a 7. Let's see. Justin gave it an 8.58. Solid 7 out of 10, says LK. It does the job. Introduces the character and supporting cast. We see his antagonist, and it leaves us wanting more. There is some clunky dialogue that keeps it from being an 8 or a 9, says LK. Let's see. Nerdy Texan gives it an 8, same as Marani, who says there's minor nitpicks in the art for me. I'd have to read it to rate the story. It might go higher or lower depending on that. And let's see. And Ash is saying, what's he score? And here I'm going to have to go 7. I think it's good. I enjoyed it. It did have some story problems. First of all, yes, it's the freaking Green Lantern origin. So I was like, oh, come on, no. Because you mentioned something about it, Eric. And I thought, okay, what are we going to get? We're going to get Green Lantern. And then you pointed out, yes, we're also getting Spider-Man as well.
Which isn't a bad thing, though.
Well, let me go through mine. I also, the other thing that holds it back for me is the ending. It's like, oh, we're ready to fight. What happened? It's like you said, it looks like he realized he didn't have one extra page to finish the story or finish the battle. And that's what we were in with. So it was a very abrupt stop. It was like the Sopranos version of 1970s comics. It just faded to black and left us going, wait, what happened? That being said, it's a fun comic. I do enjoy it. It has as I said before, a lot of character in the action. You're learning who the guy is while he's doing what he's doing, and I do appreciate that. A good book, good solid 7. That is still in. That's good. That's not average. It's good. But yeah, that's where I like it. No, I
really do hope that he does go up to the spaceship and just randomly just floating around. Because
it takes him a while. I think my reason for giving it a 10 was I read it when I was 14 years old, and you obviously look at things different when you're 14 than you do when you're old. But so I mean, I still have that sense of wonder that I had when I read it as a kid, and so I guess that's that will always be there for me.
Alrighty, well that makes sense. Ash, did you leave a grade on this? Black Lotus says, I want to know if there was ever a Nova Green Lantern crossover. There had to have been, right? I know there was a Silver Surfer, but no.
We should add the science 10.
No, because honestly, when they were doing a crossover a week, Nova was pretty much a dead character.
Yeah,
because they renamed him Kid Nova for the New Warriors.
Oh.
And then kind of it was by that time even the New Warriors had lost their steam, and Nova was basically, as I said, not used for several years.
That sucks. I would have loved to have Nova as Nova, not and hanging out with it, like with Thor, and Spider-Man, or even Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 171 and Nova 12 is the crossover. Okay. So you get one.
Oh, cool.
Nerdy saying you should do Hal Jordan's first appearance as Green Lantern. I put that on the list.
Well, we kind of just did.
Yeah,
we did, didn't we? I'm content with. Oh, they're talking about football. I can't accurately rate it. I didn't know. I didn't know to read it. Alrighty.
We just read it to you.
So, well, we talked about it. We didn't really read it to them. So there you go, gang. That's our little thing about Nova. I think next week we were going to do the Hawkeye miniseries. So I think next week, if you guys want to do your homework and join us in the conversation, we're going to do the first appearance of Hawkeye. So that's good for you guys, right? It's good for Twids. Yeah, as soon as I started talking about it, he woke up.
And we can start at 9 next week.
And we can start at 9. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll do that. Other characters I was thinking about, for some reason, Brother Voodoo. I don't think I've ever read that issue. So I was thinking maybe that.
Strange Tales 169.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I thought, let's do something. Yeah, it's going to be Kate Bishop because, we want to lose viewers. No, it's going to be about
like Game More.
Yeah. Let's see. Nolan Nerd says, I like Nova #1. I just found Nova Volume 2, issue #1. That was good too. I do enjoy the cosmic characters. I do know that I personally only give 10s to the best of the best. Me too. 8 out of 10. Wouldn't mind you guys doing Shang-Chi, which would actually be kind of timely since he's on people's minds.
Can we just watch a Bruce Lee movie instead?
Yeah, I don't have access to the first story, unfortunately.
We can find it for you. I do actually. I could send you some discs, man. I can burn some discs and send them along
for $3 a piece. So.
Well, actually, it was $5 when I was when I had my flea market store. Let's see it. Nolan Nerd. Okay, they're talking about that. So, Brother Voodoo sounds great, says Crenez. Do Brother Voodoo. Let's go here. Oh, I can't. New Orleans. Do Nova Balls. What? I don't even get that. All righty, gang. Well, anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're watching this as a video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Everybody else, please, yes, I know you were in the chat, but leave a comment or in a suggestion. I know that leaves me open to all sorts of insults, but at least keep them clean so they show up and I don't have to delete them. And if you do have a suggestion for a character, by all means, let us know what it is. And once again, if you don't mind helping out the channel, link it to Patreon and to Ko-Fi. And I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Ooh, I did the video ending on a live stream.
Good night, kids, and
Cool.
let's make you know what a thing.
No, that's not going to be a thing.